We already did a video on this pair of Nike Dunk SBs that was inspired by Bic, and this pair of shoes was on display in the back to school section of the ShoeZeum with Bic pens all around them. Now, since we're in the middle of a back to school video series on YouTube, I thought it would be fun to break out a pair of shoes that's related to pens. This pair of Air Foamposite 1s was released in 2013. They're predominantly white, and they were nicknamed the Wite-Out. I remember when this pair of shoes came out, I went to the mall a few hours early and just sat down in front of the Chic and waited and waited and waited until the store opened. Chic was the only store at the mall that had this pair on a first-come, first-served basis. All the other stores in the malls were doing raffles, and I wasn't lucky enough to win. Now, I knew I needed this pair of Foamposites because I have a back-to-school exhibit, and I've got these Bic pens, and I thought it would be really fun to have a Whiteout display to go alongside with the Bics. And believe it or not, after I picked up this pair of shoes, I went straight to Target and bought a bunch of Whiteout. So let's display all the Whiteout and bring these shoes to life. I had to buy the Bic Whiteout, even though it's definitely more expensive than the generic kind. But when you're going to display shoes next to one another, you can't go half-ass, you gotta go all out. And I really thought that the Whiteout would go great with the pens. So let's talk a little bit about the history of the Air Foamposite 1. It originally released back in 1997 and was first worn on a basketball court by Mike Bibby. Eventually, the shoe became Penny Hardaway's, and the shoes have Penny Hardaway's logos on them, as we'll see in a minute once I finish displaying all this Whiteout. The shoes originally retailed for $180, which was a lot of money back then. And actually, in recent times, since Nike's been retroing the shoe practically every other month, they're trying to figure out what the right price point is for the shoes. They've pretty much fluctuated everywhere from the low 200s all the way to 275 for the Chromposites that came out during All-Star Weekend. The pair that we're looking at here was $225. Now, actually, there was a pack of shoes that came out recently called the Sharpie Pack, commemorating Penny Hardaway's wearing the Foamposites back in the day and having to use a Sharpie marker to paint black on them because the Foamposites were a violation of the NBA league policy on uniforms. So anyway, that pack retailed for $500, and it included the Sharpie Foamposite and the Penny 6. As much as I'd love to add the Sharpie Foamposite to this exhibit, I'm not about to spend $500 for two shoes when I really only want one of them. And this has been something that Nike's been doing a lot lately, is they sort of make these tandem packs with one shoe that we all want and another shoe that we don't really want, and the packs are like $500 and sometimes even more. I said we would explore Penny Hardaway's logos on these shoes. Let's check them out. You'll see back here at the heel is the 1 cent logo. You'll also see at the outsole the 1 cent logo. And then tucked away underneath the laces right there is Penny Hardaway's logo. So, first worn by Mike Bibby, eventually adopted by Penny Hardaway. The Foamposite was designed by Eric Avar. It's become a real popular retro over at Nike Sportswear, and they keep coming out over and over and over again. Originally, there was the Foamposite 1 that you're looking at here, and also the Foamposite Pro, and the main difference is the Pro has a swoosh on the upper, whereas the 1 does not. Nike has never released the Foamposite Pro in all white. It's surprising that it took them all the way till 2013 to release this pair of Foamposite 1s in all white. I wouldn't be surprised if we do get that Foamposite Pro in all white somewhere down the line, and probably the Foamposite 1 and Pro in pretty much every single color you can imagine. For now, it's been a great pleasure introducing you to the Whiteout Foamposites. We've got a lot more back-to-school videos to come.